Eagles have been favored in all of their home games this year. No surprise, this is their shortest line at home all year. Actually, both games are within a field goal. I mean, it sets up to be the best championship weekend going in that we've had in a very long time, at least in terms of how evenly matched the teams would appear to be. So let's talk about the key to this game. We have a coordinating producer on the show. His name is John Fink, and he keeps asking. He desperately wants someone to say that this challenge, the San Francisco defense, is the one that Jalen Hurts hasn't seen yet. Yeah. This is the test he hasn't passed, and until he does, he's not completely convinced. Is that reasonable? Is he ready for this?
It's unreasonable to say that he's not convinced. We've had a whole season worth of Jalen Hurts convincing us. I understand that there's another tier for him to get to, and that's doing it in the biggest moment. But the divisional round, pretty big moment. He did it pretty well back then. And I think that he's going to have a good game.
But there's a big step up in class, is the point. San Francisco's just made Dak Prescott look terrible.
Yeah, it was rough.
Terrible. They made a lot of quarterbacks look bad this year.
And this is a big step for him. I agree. You can't argue with that. Winning a conference championship, winning a Super Bowl are big steps that he needs to take at some point. But he couldn't have taken them before this date. This is his first opportunity, and I believe in him in part because he's improved and also in part because the surroundings are incredible in Philadelphia.
Kmart has this game for us for Countdown. I know you're covering it from the 49ers side, but how about that? That defense, Nick Bosa and company against the young star, ascending superstar in Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, I think Jalen Hurts has shown us that this moment isn't going to be too big for him. I will say, when people point out the 49ers team, like, they're 6-0 in their conference. Like, they play a much tougher schedule. And the Eagles facing the Giants, I'm not trying to knock the Giants, but it is a different level of competition. I'm curious how this game will play out. I think it's going to be a lot closer than some people think, just because these two teams are evenly matched. But Jalen Hurts, to have him have that sort of performance, especially with the shoulder, we've been talking about it for several weeks, for him to come out and look as dominant as he did, that gives me confidence. But it's going to be a tough task with these pass rushers.
San Francisco 49ers haven't seen what the Eagles going to bring to the table.
That part.
They haven't seen what the Eagles going to bring to the table. Because everything we talked about, when you just sat here and just, basically gassing up the 49ers defense, and rightfully so, they are awesome. Yeah. But guess what? Philadelphia is awesome. Elite offensive line, elite tight end, elite wide receivers, elite running back. Oh, by the way, a quarterback that's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, dual threat quarterbacks. We can talk about the passing game, but I always talk about when you talk about running the football. Running the football is a numbers game. Can you account for Jalen Hurts in the running game? That, to me, is what's going to separate things in this game.
See, this is the beauty of D. Wood. So he has spun the question on its ear, can't he? Is this game to you a case of Hurts seeing a defense unlike any he's seen, or the 49ers facing an attack and a quarterback, the kind of skills that he has, the dual threat and everything else, unlike anything they've seen?
Yeah, the latter part. This is about the 49ers trying to find a way to contain Jalen Hurts. And I don't know that there's any good answers when you have a team that plays true 11-on-11 football. When your quarterback is the focal point of the running game, there is no good defense. I mean, the San Francisco 49ers really haven't had to deal with this all season. About the closest test that they had was week 1 in a monsoon against Justin Fields. Yeah. And Justin Fields is not nearly the accomplished passer downfield that Jalen Hurts is. So when you look at it, it's going to be tough for the 49ers to make Jalen Hurts one-dimensional in this ballgame, and therein lies the rub in terms of trying to hold this offense down. Only one defense was able to keep Jalen Hurts in the teens in scoring. That was the Indianapolis Colts. It was an off game, and Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles still had over 100 yards rushing. Good luck trying to stop them.
I like that take. So super quickly, Dominique, every defense goes into a game saying we're going to take one thing away from them. If you're game planning for Philly, what's the one thing you're going in saying, no matter what, we can't let this beat us?
That's the problem. That's what they want you to do because they have the answer to everything. I think the quarterback run is the one thing you would take away, but the real challenge, I think, is also Jalen Hurts is such a good decision maker. And the RPO game against zone defense is a killer when the quarterback makes quick decisions and accurate passes, and Jalen Hurts has done that all season long. So forcing the 49ers out of the zone that they like to play is going to be a challenge for that defense to overcome.
We'll see if Hurts is able to overcome the 49er defense. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.